How's it going, YouTube? That's here, and I'm going to be bringing you a VGC doubles battle I played on the GBU a couple days ago against Ken from Japan. In this battle, I'm going to be testing out my Scarf Gardevoir as well as Mega Kangaskhan, Havonberry Goodra, and Citrus Berry Rotom versus my opponent Ken, who's using Rotom, Garchomp, Kangaskhan, and no, that's Talonflame. Alright, so one of the really cool things about his team is he has two things that synergize very well with each other. Rotom and Garchomp synergize well with each other for the EQ discharge, and Talonflame synergizes well with Kangaskhan and well with Garchomp. It can pop a Tailwind or provide other types of utility as well as priority moves to cover up for their little weaknesses. And Talonflame is just really good against my team overall. Anyways, without any further ado, let's start the battle up. Now, I'm going to be leading with Gardevoir Kangaskhan, because I was expecting him to lead with other stuff. Like, Gardevoir works really good against Rotom and against other dragons. He also had a Salamence in his team, so that's why I thought I could get away with going Gardevoir first. Like I said, this is a Scarf Gardevoir. He leads with the two things I don't want to lead with. Kangaskhan, who can, like, one-shot me with Return, and Talonflame, who can, like, one-shot me with the Choice Band Braveford. I'm going to Trace a Scrappy, which doesn't do that much, and both of my Kangaskhan's are going to Mega Evolve. Now, my Kangaskhan is full attack, full speed with a Jolly Nature, so it's as fast as it possibly could be. So I'm usually pretty confident in the Kangaskhan versus Kangaskhan matchup in getting my Fake Out off on whoever I really want to Fake Out. You know, I'm not going to try and Fake Out Mine Shows or anything like that, but I'll Fake Out Kangaskhan's and other Pokemon that are definitely slower than me. You see his Talonflame go for a Protect, which is a very smart move. He doesn't want to get Fake Outed, and his Kangaskhan goes for a Fake Out on my Gardevoir. Now, judging by how much damage that does, you can see how I could just die from anything. My Kangaskhan obviously got the short end of the stick. I'm going to get a Fake Out off on his Kangaskhan. You know, it could have really been worse. I could have tried to Fake Out his Talonflame, and his Kangaskhan would still be at full, but I should just be happy that I did about 20% to his Kangaskhan in this situation, considering I had a really bad lead. I decided to recall my Gardevoir out. I can't really use Protector thing because I'm Scarfed. Go into my Rotom Wash to block this really obvious Brave Bird that's incoming. And, you know, I see that he has Recoil, but he doesn't have Life Orb, so I'm really assuming he's Choice Banded. And then see his Kangaskhan go for a Power Punch. I think it's really weird to go for a Power Punch in this situation, because he's already down about 20%, and he could just lose to me in a return battle. If he were to Power Punch me, and I were to return him like I'm doing here, he's pretty much dead. You know, I don't really think I needed the crit, but I think that I could just kill it with a Sucker Punch. So, I did get a little bit lucky. I'm going to say I got lucky with the crit, but it's not like I didn't get unlucky twice losing the speed tie. You're going to see the only error he makes this game, other than the little Power Punch thing, he's going to try and kill my Kangaskhan with a Brave Bird, which just isn't going to happen. You then see my Kangaskhan go for a turn on his Rotom, and judging by how much damage this does, you can really see that he has to be holding, like, a Specs or a Scarf, and it's going to be Specs because my Kangaskhan was faster, and then you can 100% assure that it is Specs because it almost one-shots my Rotom Wash. You're going to then see my Rotom Thunderbolt's going to kill his Talonflame. This is where the only mistake, other than the little Power Punch, it's a little minor thing that I think he made all game. I think he should have went to nuke one of my Pokemon. He should have just picked one, Rotom or Kangaskhan, and killed that one other than trying to kill both. Because normally you don't want to nuke something. It's not that safe to just actually target one Pokemon. But in that situation, since he didn't have all the killing power he needed, he ended up coming up short on both ends, and that's really just what cost him the game. You're going to see my Kangaskhan go for a Sucker Punch on his Rotom. I killed that before Garchomp killed me. That was a really smart play from me. And then my Rotom gets a Will-O-Wisp on the Kangaskhan. Or sorry, on the Garchomp. And I still have like my whole team left. I lost my Kangaskhan. And that was it. I'm going to come in with my Choice Scarf Gardevoir just to clean it up with a Dazzling Gleam. You know, some people ask why I have Dazzling Gleam over Moonblast. I think it's just a personal preference. You don't really need both. Moonblast is a little bit stronger, but the little addition of AoE in doubles is something that I just can't deny. And I really think it's something that's needed on every team, just a little bit of AoE. So I'm going to defeat Ken in this battle. I played on the GBU format. I think he's like 17 or 1800 rating. That's just where about I hover. But yeah, I really think that he should have went to either nuke my Kangaskhan or nuke my Rotom. The one turn that it happened, because he would have been able to trade efficiently that way. If he killed my Kangaskhan, like before I was able to do anything to his Rotom, or killed my Rotom before I was able to kill his Talonflame, I would have been able to send out my Goodra or my Gardevoir to kill his Talonflame, because I would have been one-shotted from the Brave Bird. His Talonflame could have potentially got 2 or 3 kills out of it, but he ended up dying because he tried to get a lucky high end on my Kangaskhan. That's the only problem I have with the game. Otherwise, It was fun for me. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I'll see you guys next time.